Welcome to another video. Today I'm giving my reaction to the farm garden event in SimCity Build It. So let's get right to it. Now simoleons, it's always the first reward, but what I found interesting about this event and the farm garden event, the second reward is regional simoleons. And if you've been playing events for a long time, you notice this is kind of strange because usually they give us something like speed up tokens, say llama speed up tokens. In this case, they give us 300 regional simoleons, which is barely anything. But at the same time, it's so early, and I think I like that it's so early because you don't have to do much. A lot of people can get that, and for regional simoleons, a lot of us just don't have time, right? A lot of us, I mean, depending on the kind of style of player that you are, but for some of us, especially me, we focus on our main capital city so much, we sometimes start to neglect our regions, as I have done. So regional simoleons really help a lot, and to have it so early is just amazing. And then a deer meadow, this is the first specialization that they're giving us in this new event. 14 by 14 area, that's not a small area, that's a pretty big area, honestly. 8% boost is just not going to cut it. I mean, I know it's a landscape specialization. First off, they need to just put these landscape specializations in the landscape category and stop having landscape specializations in event tracks, because landscape specializations are the worst specializations in SimCity Build It. An 8% boost, everyone knows that's not going to give you a population boost. Now, I know for a lot of us, it's not all about population boost, it's about aesthetic appeal. But if you want to play by those rules, even aesthetically, this specialization is not that good. It's two little red huts and two little deer statues. I don't even think the deer are real deer. I don't even think they move. I think they're just statues. And, although I'm not sure about that. But there's two little red huts and two little deers, and that's it. It's probably going to be very small to scale to your city. When you look at your landscape of your city, it's going to be barely noticeable. It's just sad. I am not a big fan of the deer meadow. Of course, you can grow kind of that animal farm, which I think is cool. Also, they should have, I have an idea as well, they have deer meadows, they also have a sheep farm, I believe. Why doesn't SimCity Build It have zoos? We need zoos in SimCity Build It so we could have animals, build an animal kingdom. Farms was the last theme. Maybe next Mayor's Pass we'll get something like an animal kingdom theme. We'll see. Now, 5 golden keys. That's pretty good, honestly. I was actually very interested in what they did with the currency lineup, or what they did with the items lineup, because there wasn't much specializations in this event, but they had some interesting change up in the items that you receive in this event track, which is not the common pattern that they usually follow. So you look city storage items, I sometimes see that all the time, and those of course are very good, but look at this. Look at this, area expansion items. I rarely see area expansion items, yet here they give us 4. They have rarely given us even they've given us like 2 or 3 area expansion items each time, and they barely even put those in event tracks. Now they're giving us 4 in this event track. I like that. I hope that they keep doing this for further events. I hope this is not just a one-time thing, because to be honest, we can't rely on those thought bubbles to get area expansion items. A lot of cases, if we rely on those thought bubbles, it's going to take too long to expand our cities. We need to get those expansion items. It's a great opportunity. I am very excited about that reward. Beach items, of course, are very good as well. You don't really see that. Beach items, mountain items to expand those beaches and mountains. You don't really see that often in event tracks, honestly, and you don't often see them in thought bubbles as well. So these items are, of course, very rare in a lot of cases, and they're sometimes very hard to snag. So, they have it in an event track. It gives people a logical way to earn these items without relying on thought bubbles, and I always love that concept. Platinum keys, sim cash, those are always, so those big currency rewards, those are the rarest currencies in the game, and everyone, kind of plays these events just to get those rewards, and if you play your events, those rewards are in every event every time. You can collect a lot of platinum keys, a lot of sim cash if you're playing every event every week. But now let's get to the main prize, and this is the farm garden. And with the farm garden, I have some interesting opinions on this. This is a 30% boost covering a 12 by 14 area. A 12 by 14 area. So for me, it doesn't look like a farm. I understand it's a farm garden, but honestly, if you're just going to have a garden, they could have put it with the rest of the garden events that they've had this past spring. If you've been playing the game a long time, you know that they usually do garden events, usually sometime around May. So they could have used the farm garden maybe back then. Now it's okay, but it's kind of bad timing, right? Farms are not what we were looking for. 30%, it's okay. It's not exceptional. But what I am concerned about is look how long this is. Look how long the specialization is. I think it's going to take up too much space. And honestly, a 30% boost, if it doesn't take up too much area in your city, well, that's okay. It will be decent. But if it takes up so much area in your city, it comes to the point to where you say it's really not economical to take up so much space just for a 30% boost. A lot of cases, it's decent. It's better than the vineyards that we had last week. And if you're not going for specialization for population boost, I know a lot of people. I judge a lot of specializations on, okay, it doesn't have a high population boost. Does that necessarily mean it's bad? Well, no, because there's a lot of people that this is a creative game. A lot of people love the design aspect of SimCity Build It. So I would say aesthetically it's okay. It's not exceptional. It looks like a regular garden in a lot of cases. So it is really not exceptional. But one thing I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to get to coming up this Saturday, or actually not Saturday, sometime next week. Going to get to my review of the ending farm Mayor's Pass, the farm life Mayor's Pass, as this farm theme is ending. I really want to talk about that theme, and some of the players that have been playing for a long time can relate to what I'm talking about. Is last year was build up your beaches summer, as I like to call it. They gave us so much events related to beaches, related to summer theme, right? This summer, it's kind of farms. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily bad. I mean, some people like it. It's interesting. What I would say is it's not necessarily what SimCity Build It seems to think. It's not necessarily the farm theme. It's not necessarily that saving update, shall we say. It's not that update that we're generally looking for. It's not that update that the game needs right now. But it seems that it's not horrible. It's not too bad of an idea. It's interesting, but I just want to point out that as people get farms and farms and farms, and we're going to see this is going to cause a revolution in the aesthetic style of the players, because we're going to see, you can see in my city right now, I have a very urban environment, as you can see. So I haven't really caught on with the farm concept, but a lot of people, once they get these area expansion items and all the rest, are going to be expanding into farms. And it kind of would look cool if you have a big city and then you have an outer stretch with farms. I'm just saying this trend might get old. I'll further elaborate more about the farm trend and the major shift in the game and what we expect for the next Mayor's Pass. And hey, maybe it's Animal Kingdom, just throwing that out there, or maybe it's London. There's so many options. It might be they might go with cultures again. They did cultures for a long time, with Japan, with Finland, and they might go back to that theme, or they might stick with another farm season 2. So I will keep you covered when the new Mayor's Pass releases, which is not that far off. I will give my review of the Mayor's Pass that is just ending, and any updates that come. All I ask for in return is your support, and that you subscribe and follow, and I want to thank you so much for watching.